who believe it's better to engage the Cuban government to bring about change than to ignore the Cuban government. So there has been a change over the years. You couldn't have said that 15, 20 years ago. Decades ago, you couldn't even talk about this without being attacked. Things have changed dramatically in this community, and now it's safe to say there is a divided opinion in Miami and in the Cuban-American community here.
Mark Potter in Little Havana for us, also known as Miami in that case. Thank you very much, Mark. For more on this, I'm joined by Republican Congressman from South Carolina's 1st District, former South Carolina Governor Mark Sanford. He is also a co-sponsor of the Freedom to Travel to Cuba Act. Congressman, thank you very much for joining us on this historic day. I wanted to start off with that and get your thoughts on this day and what your takeaway from it is.
Indeed, as has already been pointed out, a historic day, an important day, but not just from a Cuban standpoint. I think from an American standpoint. I mean, at the end of the day, I think Americans have a constitutional right to travel. You can travel to Syria, you can travel to Afghanistan, you could travel to North Korea, you could travel a lot of crazy places around the world, but the only place wherein there's a federal government prohibition currently happens to be Cuba, just a couple miles literally off the coast of Florida. And so this idea of working to change that which hasn't worked for a long while, I think is indeed historic, both from a Cuban standpoint and an American standpoint.
I want to